everybody, Mr. B here, and welcome to the Loft. So I'm super excited about this one for us today. So it is not going to get above freezing in Atlanta for the next 2 days. So we've kind of been on this sort of trend, in case you haven't noticed, if you've been watching, like cold, hearty weather type stuff. And today's going to be a continuation of that in advance of St. Patrick's Day as well, I might add. We're going to do a Lamb Guinness Stew, the taste of Ireland for us today. So let me walk you through what you're going to need for this, okay? First of all, it can't be a Guinness stew without Guinness. So, probably one for the pot, one for me, if you know what I'm saying. And it wouldn't be lamb stew without lamb. I'm using about 1.5 pounds of lamb stew meat, and I have taken the opportunity to kind of cut it down into bite-sized chunks because it came at me from the butcher pretty darn chunky, if you know what I mean. I also took the opportunity to kind of remove some of the super fatty bits, maybe some of that silver skin that happens. And we're lucky today because I also had in the freezer a couple of lamb shank bones from when we did the 3-meat chili. So they are going to come in and add some flavor. They will probably be discarded as we go to bowl it up. I've got about 3 leeks on the ready. I've got about 3 carrots and 3 parsnips. If you're not really a fan of parsnips, personally I can take them or leave them. Then, you just double up on the carrots or just leave it out. Shit ton of garlic per usual. And I have 1 large onion diced, and we're going to be throwing in these cute, adorable little, kind of baby potatoes things there. I did a bouquet garni of some rosemary and thyme. If you don't have this, you don't have to be bougie. You don't have to go out and get all of this stuff. Dried seasonings are your best friend, folks. Little beef stock as needed. And we have some flour here because I'm going to be, dredging it here and dredging the lamb in the flour to get some color on it. We're probably also going to need to make a roux. So let's get started seasoning the lamb here. We're going to go super heavy with salt and pepper. Okay, and then we're just going to give this all a nice kind of coat. And while we're here and our hands are dirty, let's go ahead and kind of hit with some of this flour. You're not breading it, you're just, trying to get it to it'll help get the color on the lamb, which you're going to want. And it will also help kind of thicken the situation as we go through it. All right, guys, I'm going to wash my hands and we're going to get to browning the lamb. I have heated up some olive oil. I'm on a pretty medium-high heat here, and we're going to drop these in carefully. And careful not to crowd them. You may have to do this in batches, okay? But it'll be worth it. And we are going to cook these off. We're just getting some color. All these bones down in there. You're going to slowly start developing some color on the bottom of your pan here, and you want that because that's a lot of flavor, and we will be glazing it with the beer. Not wanting to jump ahead here. All right, my bet is if I stopped moving this around so damn much, would probably get a little bit more color on it. I think that's the first batch done. So have something ready on standby. Going to take this out unlined because you're going to want to collect those drippings, right? Put that back in there when the time comes, Okay, now we're going to start working on the bottom of this pan. I'm going to pull my heat down just a bit. And in goes my onions and my leeks. Onions and leeks are soft. I'm going to add in my garlic. Going to cook that about 1 minute. Careful not to burn. Just want it to start to open up. Carrots and parsnips in. Season this layer with salt and pepper. A couple of minutes or so, we just want the carrots and parsnips to take on a little bit of this flavor here and start to soften. Take the opportunity to do this. And I'm going to add just a couple of tablespoons of flour here. Now, if it doesn't get thick and stewy like I want it, then I'll just do a cornstarch slurry or something and, you know, thicken it up here at the end. But if you are going to do this, you're going to want to cook this flour for just a wee bit. Get that rawness off of it. Now we are going to start our deglaze with 1 pint of Guinness. We'll put the other one on hold. We may use 2. I don't know. Now let's see how this gets us here. You want to start scraping up the bottom bits. Look at all that flavor. Look at it. Now the alcohol in the beer will kind of cook off, and as it does that, it should, in theory, start picking up some of this stuff off the bottom here. That is nice and thick. Let's let that bubble. And take the opportunity to do this. I am making a professional call, and I'm going in with just a little bit more Guinness here. Man, I would hate to have to drink this other half can. There we go. There we go. That is amazing flavor here, kids. Now we're going to add our potatoes, add back in our lamb, and any of the drippings on the plate that may have accumulated. Let's get our little bouquet down in there. Stir to coat all of this. And then we are going to add beef broth to cover. And then lastly, but not least, we're going to add just about a tablespoon of the Better Than Bouillon in here because I want it to be extra, you know what I mean? Now, I am going to hold, because of the broth and the Better Than Bouillon, I'm going to kind of hold, I think, on salt and pepper at this point until we get a little bit more closer to the situation. All right, guys, I'm going to cover this baby up, and we are going to let this go until all of these vegetables are tender, and hopefully it's thickened up a little bit, and we're going to have a delicious supper. So I'm trying out a new GoPro toy, here, seeing how the audio works and all of that. But I did have some thoughts on the lamb stew. I could definitely see a slow cooker kind of methodology coming at play here. And considering the amount of prep that's involved, that's a lot of chopping. Not that that's a big deal, you know, but yeah, it can be a lot of chopping depending on how you feel about it. But if you were doing the slow cooker, I think you could do that and brown your meat off the night before and then throw it in, walk out the door. When you get home from work on a cold day, you have got a nice hearty supper waiting for you. I think you could reduce the amount. I am making a pretty substantial batch of this. Want to stock the freezer. I've got some friends who want to you know, have been on me to make this, so I'm making it, and I'll be giving some of that away. Let's see. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It's really cold for us here. In any case, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe, hit the like button. It really means a lot, guys. And let's get back to stirring the stew. Let's check this out. Ooh, tell you what we're gonna do. We're going to check this out without killing me. Let's get a bite here with a piece of this lamb. It's rich, it's rosemary, it's thyme, it's lamb. The lamb, by the way, is melting in your mouth. Absolutely amazing. So if you're not a lamb person, just use beef. It's totally fine. This is absolutely a home run on a cold day. There's a sweetness back note to it that I think is coming in from the parsnip, and I'm not mad about that at all. Hey guys, there you have it. Lamb Guinness Stew, Taste of Ireland, absolutely amazing. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, click like, really helps me out. Come along for the ride. We're going to see you next time. Cheers.